Today's headline is New York's fish market. Scenes witnessed there for 12 hours a day. The subheadline says, changes which cold storage has brought about. Fish brought thousands of miles, the only cat in the market and its master. It says, business begins in New York's wholesale fish market at 4 o'clock every morning, Sundays included. And for 12 hours on weekdays and 7 hours on Sundays, a busy set of men may be seen in the big building at the edge of the East River and the foot of Fulton Street. They are so busy most of the time that the noise and bustle are apt to convey nothing to a stranger upon a first visit except a sense of confusion. The noise and bustle are in a measure unavoidable because hundreds of tons of fish have to be sorted, iced, packed, and shipped to customers, not only in this city but all over the United States, and with the least delay possible. Should one of the departed founders of the market pay it a visit, his spirit would probably be as much surprised as a casual stranger, so great has been the change in the methods of business in the last few years. In these days, ice and cold storage cars make it possible and profitable to bring fish to the New York market from many thousand miles away. Thus, fresh salmon are shipped from the North Pacific coast. The time required is about 7 days. Occasionally, when there's a scarcity of ice, the cars are stopped on top of the mounds and packed with snow. Very few boats are now sent out from New York for the reason that an order can be given by wire as late as 6 o'clock in the evening, and the following morning early, the fish will have arrived by rail from the fishing banks in the quantities called for. Many of them will be still alive and kicking, although carefully packed in ice. Under the old system, from 2 to 5 days were required to fill an order according to the conditions of wind and weather. Thursday is the busiest day of the week in the wholesale market. Then, especially to an outsider, it seems nothing but noise and confusion. The terms used, too, are puzzling. When a voice is heard asking the price of chicken and pork, the visitor is apt to wonder where he is after all. The explanation that small halibut are called chicken, while halibut weighing more than 400 pounds are pork, clears matters. All is not work in the market. Fish dealers are jolly and contented as fishermen should be. One soon discovers that their humor is of the practical kind. For instance, all the fish are not good, and if a bad one is found, why keep it? Why not throw it away immediately? There is no time to look where it goes. Suppose in its flight it meets with an obstacle, and that obstacle is the bald head of a busy worker. That is something that can't be helped. The victim doesn't know who threw it, but guesses at the direction from which it came and fires back a shovelful of cracked ice, with the hope that one chunk may strike right. Probably one does. The market has one cat only. His owner, who is known as Yellow, says that he's a dandy 13 years old, and without teeth but one of the finest judges of scallops in the neighborhood. Tom, the cat, in his prime, was a great one for the big wharf rats. He used to catch them in the water regardless of what feet, and in consequence suffers from rheumatism now. Warned by the fate of the cat, Yellow, his master, takes precautions against rheumatism. He wears grain leather boots with soles an inch thick and legs that reach his knees, and besides, he has an oilskin coat and trousers warranted to keep out the damp. As an additional precaution, he does not object to a little something wet inside, thank you. By 3 o'clock, the day's work is nearly done. The express wagons are taking their last loads, and the time for cleaning up has come. This is done very thoroughly, and the hose is used freely. It is but fair to say that the boys are more careful not to wet visitors than they are to spare the tramp who may be hanging around ready to pick up a stray fish or lobster. The tramp may not get what he's looking for, but is almost sure of securing what he needs more, a good bath. This story came from the great state of New York, being reported in the New York Sun of October 14th, 1894. Thank you for joining us today. If you want to continue to uncover all of America's lost and forgotten history, then remember before you leave, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and remember to like and comment below. And we will see you next time on Americana Archives.